Hello everybody out there in YouTube, it's Michael, the Geek for Life here again, this time with a ranking video. First of all, sorry for the mess, but I actually live here and I just didn't feel like tidying up this time. So, moving forward, this is actually the November 2015 ranking of the boxes that I got. It only turns out to be 4 boxes, kind of a light month. It was going to be 5, I'll explain why it's not a little bit later. I did want to explain, once again, I like to do this in these ranking videos. Um, One of the things that helped me the most in determining which boxes I wanted to try was other people doing videos like this one, where they had several boxes and they compared them right up against each other. So that's why I like to do these ranking videos. I think this is my 4th or 5th one or something. I think 4 might be the least I've ever done, but I think I've done 4 before, so, just kind of going into that. I rank them mostly in these videos by how I like them. I do have videos of the individual boxes being unboxed. I will include those in the link below. But we're not going to go in depth into these. I'm just going to kind of go over them a little bit and explain to you why they went where they went. And this is just a personal preference video more than anything else. So let's go ahead and get into it. Coming in at the number 4 spot, BoxyChan. Of course, in my video I gave this, I think, a 1.5. And really it only got that high because even I was a little bit generous with the estimates, but for the values, but it kind of broke even on that one. Some of the things I really didn't like about it seemed like a lot of this stuff was just stuff that had been sitting around that hadn't sold, and so they decided to throw it in a box. I know the book had probably been in there for a long time. This is probably my favorite item out of the box. There's a lanyard in here. This is the Star Trek box, by the way. And it's only got, if anybody's a Star Trek fan, there's like 5 captains now. It's only got 4 on there, so this thing's at least over a decade old. Probably just been sitting around on the shelf. I did decide to give them one more try on a Star Trek box. I've ordered that for next month, but we will see what we see. So, that's that one. BoxyChan. Number 3. The first ever sci-fi block. I think my lighting might be a little bit too bright for this one. Well, anyway, sci-fi block. This was the first ever sci-fi block, and it was pretty good. It was also not just the first sci-fi block, it was the first block I did with the new video format where I would unbox them in front of you and review them at the same time. And I think my excitement got to me a little bit because I'm a huge sci-fi fan. I've been anticipating this block ever since it came out. And I gave it a little bit higher of a rating than I probably should have. If I could do it over again, it wouldn't be a 3.75, it'd probably be like a 3.25. But that's what happens when you try new stuff, you make mistakes. It happens. Not a bad block, I intend to keep going with it. Like a lot of boxes, and since this one was sci-fi in particular, there's a lot of Star Wars going around. I didn't keep the shirt, I decided to sell that. It hasn't sold yet, but I am selling it. I thought about keeping it because I am a Back to the Future fan, but I didn't like the design they picked for it. That being said, you got double your value on this. The autograph was a really cool inclusion. The pop figure, although common, was one I didn't have and one that I wanted, so that's always good. Sci-fi block number 3, and you will be seeing this one again. In fact, one of the reasons I'm doing this video is because in the mail today I got the second ever sci-fi block. And I want to go ahead and unbox that one, and I can't do that until I've done this, so that's part of why I'm doing this. Number 2. Super Geek Box. Actually a pretty good one this time around. I know some people didn't like it, but I was a pretty big fan of it. Weirdly enough, I got a pop figure that was not on their list. It was supposed to be one of the new Star Wars pops, kind of like Sci-Fi Block had, but it was one of the older ones. I liked it, so I didn't complain or anything. It wasn't a big deal. The shirt was actually a good one on this one. Some of the Super Geek Box shirts I don't keep, but I decided to keep this one. It was the Sith shirt. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you can click on the link below and you'll see what that one was. I gave away the Doctor Who Sitch Bag. I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan. I'm not a huge Sitch Bag fan either. That's why I didn't really keep it. But still, pretty good box. I was impressed with this one. And they decided to send it in just one box instead of doing that 2-box thing, which I am not a fan of. So, Super Geek Box. And number 1, Loot Crate. Actually kind of a surprise. When I said in my video for the unboxing for this one, I didn't really know, I wasn't that excited about it rather, when I saw the picture that they teased with the, the genres and franchises that were going to be in it. and I just wasn't really looking forward to it. And then when it came, I opened it, and I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of it turned out to be good stuff. I have sold the Fallout Boy figure since then. It's not that I didn't like the figure; it was a very good bobblehead. I'm just not a Fallout fan, so I didn't keep it. And actually, they're still selling for a pretty good amount on eBay, so they're very popular. So if you got it, I'm sure you liked it. If you're a Fallout fan, that is. A lot of good items, a lot of good quality in the items, a lot of thought went into them, so I gave it a pretty good rating, and I liked it. And it turns out the comic book that was in it was actually entirely exclusive to this box. Normally, you get like an exclusive cover, but this one was entirely a new comic. But it's not a very good one. It shows something with the Street Fighters and the Loot Crate people themselves getting into it or something. And it's not going for very much on eBay either, so it's not going to be a collector's item. But it's nice to see that they moved into a creative direction with that. What is it for next month? It's something space themed. I know there's Star Wars, Galaxy Quest, and Halo. I'm not a big fan of the Halo thing, but the other two I like. So I'm looking forward to that one. But Loot Crate in the number one. Normally, there would also be a Hero Crate, and there's a little story to go with that. They were advertising it was going to be Wonder Woman is going to be their hero for November. Then we get an email. It says they had an issue with the vendors, and that block just wasn't going out at all. And there is a little bit of an issue developing with Hero Crate. I was actually the second ever 1 year subscriber they had, and that was 4 months ago, 5 maybe. And at that time was the boxes were going at $30 a month if you went month to month. And of course, if you get the 1 year subscription, I think it was like it averaged out to 25 or something. For this month, they went to a new pricing structure where the month to month was going to be $20 a month, which is great news because they cut their price by a third, and that's amazing. But they haven't adjusted for the people who have been subscribing yet. So technically, I'm paying a higher fee month to month, being a 1 year subscriber, than people that are going month to month now. I've talked to somebody there. They said they're going to correct it and kind of do a credit system for those that have already paid, so that because they can't do a refund, but they can credit, so it's within the new structure. But so far, that hasn't happened yet on my account. I am definitely waiting for that to happen. Also, it means that I paid for a box that never got shipped, the Wonder Woman box. That counts in my 1 year. I haven't seen them change it on my account yet, and I am still eagerly waiting for them to do so. I like this company. I say it all the time. I like the direction they're going. They're trying a lot of new stuff, and they're definitely improving. But this is something they need to fix, and they need to fix it soon. So if you are out there watching this and you work for Hero Crate, fix it. Alright. So that is it for November 2015. Not a bad month, actually. But heads up, I am getting 10 boxes for December, which is the most I've ever gotten. The first of which I will be doing a video of right after I turn off the phone for this one. By the way, this is a cell phone. So number 1 out of 10 is coming up right after this. Hope you like what you saw. If you did, feel free to subscribe, comment, like, dislike if you didn't see it. That's okay. Suggestions are always welcome as long as it's constructive suggestions, nothing nasty. I guess that's it. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Talk to you later, and thank you for watching.